There is a lie in the consulting industry that is costing you your business. The gurus tell you that if you want leads, you need to post 5 times a day, dance on TikTok, and pray to the algorithm gods. Well, here is the math behind why that advice is keeping you broke. The reason you aren't getting qualified leads isn't because your content is bad, it's because you are focused on the wrong platform psychology. In the next minutes, I'm going to show you why influencer consulting is a trap, and how to pivot to the asset model, the only system that builds traffic while you sleep. If you are tired of renting your audience, this is how you start owning it. Let's look at 2 different entrepreneurs. We'll call them Sarah and Mike. Sarah is who most of you are trying to be right now. She's a productivity coach, she's talented, and she spent the last 2 years treating Instagram like her full-time job. And I mean, she did everything right. She posted stories every 3 hours. She engaged with every comment within 10 minutes. She followed the trending audio formats. On the surface, Sarah is winning. She hit 10,000 followers. She gets the dopamine hit of likes. She feels busy. But here's the data point that nobody talks about. Sarah is broke. Despite working 60 hours a week on content creation, she is generating maybe 3 to 5 qualified leads a month. Why? Because she is playing a game of attention, not intention. When people are scrolling Instagram or TikTok, they are in dopamine discovery mode. They are looking to be entertained, distracted, or briefly inspired. They are not looking to pull out their credit card and solve a $5,000 problem. Sarah built an audience of spectators, not buyers, and the worst part? She doesn't own any of it. Then the algorithm changed. You remember this? Instagram decided it wanted to be TikTok. Suddenly, Sarah's reach dropped 80% overnight. 2 years of building a community evaporated because an engineer in Silicon Valley tweaked a line of code. Sarah was building a castle on rented land, and the landlord just jacked up the rent. Now, let's look at Mike. Mike is what I call an asset consultant. Mike doesn't post daily. He doesn't do trending audio. Honestly, his social media presence is kind of boring. But while Sarah is stressing about her engagement rate, Mike is closing $20K contracts. Here's the difference. Mike stopped trying to be an influencer and started building a library. Mike realized that when high-value clients have a problem, they don't go to TikTok to scroll. They go to Google or YouTube to search. They type in, how to fix team productivity bottlenecks. They type in, best project management systems for agencies. This is called commercial intent. Mike built a simple content hub on his website. He created 20 strategic, long-form articles, or assets, that answered those specific questions in extreme depth. Here is the leverage equation that Mike understands and Sarah doesn't. Social media content is linear. You post it, it lives for 24 hours, and then it dies. If you stop posting, your business stops. Search content is exponential. You build the asset once, and it works for you forever. Mike wrote an article 6 months ago about Asana versus ClickUp for enterprise. That single article brings him 50 qualified leads a month. He hasn't touched it since he wrote it. While Sarah is on the content hamster wheel, Mike is building a flywheel. Let's break down the mechanics of why this works, because I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to see the logic. When you are scrolling, the Sarah model, the context is passive consumption. You are interrupting the user's day. You have to scream, dance, or use clickbait just to get 3 seconds of attention. The trust barrier is incredibly high because you sought them out. When you are searching, the Mike model, the context is active solution seeking. The user has a pain point. They are actively looking for a doctor to fix the pain. When they find Mike's article or video, Mike isn't interrupting them. He is saving them. The dynamic flips. Sarah has to convince people she matters. Mike's positioned as the authority immediately because he provided the answer when the question was asked. This is why Mike's conversion rate is 10x higher than Sarah's, even though Sarah has 10x more followers. Followers are a vanity metric. Search volume is a bankable metric. And here is the kicker. Search traffic compounds. In month 1, Mike writes 4 articles. He gets 100 visitors. In month 2, he writes 4 more. Now he has the traffic from the new articles plus the traffic from the old ones. By the end of the year, he has a massive net of assets catching traffic 24/7. Sarah has to start from zero every single morning. Mike wakes up to leads that came in while he was sleeping. So how do we actually build this? If you want to stop being a content slave and start being a business owner, here is the 3-step system. Step 1. Kill the content calendar. Stop asking, "What should I post today?" That is the wrong question. Start asking, "What are the top 10 expensive problems my clients are typing into a search bar right now?" If you don't know, ask your sales team, look at your FAQs, use tools like Answer the Public. You are looking for high-intent questions, not viral topics. We don't care about morning routines. We care about how to scale sales without hiring. Step 2. Build the power page or video. Do not write a 500-word fluff piece. AI can do that and nobody cares. You need to create the definitive resource on that topic. If the question is how to structure a creative team, you write the guide that is so good, the user feels guilty for getting it for free. Include diagrams. Include pricing models. Include mistakes to avoid. This is your asset. Treat it like a product. Step 3. The capture mechanism. This is where most people fail. They get the traffic but don't capture the value. Do not just say, "Contact me." Create a specific lead magnet that aligns with the article. If the article is about team structure, the download is a team org chart template. Exchange the value for an email address. Now you have moved them from a stranger to a lead you own. Now, there is one final component to this system. It's the difference between the people who make $10K a month and $100K a month. It's what I call the sleep metric, and it completely protects you from AI taking your job. We'll get to that in a second. But first, you have to commit to the build. I know what you're thinking, but this sounds like it takes a long time. SEO takes months. Social media is instant. Let's be real. Sarah spent 2 years on social media to get a reach that disappeared in 24 hours. Yes, building assets takes time to ramp up. It might take 3 to 6 months to see the curve go vertical. But would you rather spend 6 months building a house you own, or spend 6 months renting a hotel room that kicks you out every night? The time is going to pass anyway. You can spend it spinning your wheels, or you can spend it laying bricks. One creates exhaustion, the other creates equity. By 2026, the consultants who survive won't be the ones with the best dance moves. They will be the ones who own the answers to the questions their market is asking. Let's close the loop on that sleep metric. Here is the ultimate test of your business model. If you went into a coma for 3 months, would your business grow or die? If Sarah goes into a coma, her reach hits 0 in 24 hours. Her business dies. If Mike goes into a coma, his articles keep ranking. His videos keep getting suggested. His lead magnets keep collecting emails. He wakes up 3 months later to a bigger pipeline than when he went to sleep. That is the power of decoupling your time from your traffic. You have a choice to make today. You can keep chasing vanity metrics, stressing over algorithms and playing the influencer game. Or you can start acting like an architect. But remember, an architect doesn't just pile bricks in a field and hope it turns into a house. They follow a blueprint. If you start building assets without knowing where they fit in your client's journey, you're just creating expensive noise. You need to know exactly which piece of content turns a stranger into a lead and a lead into a buyer. I have created a breakdown of the 5 ways to map content for small business owners. It shows you exactly how to align your assets to the different buyer stages, so you aren't just building traffic, you're building a funnel that converts. The link is in the description. Stop guessing, start mapping. I'll see you in the next one.